All right, so there is a calendar tab right here that'll take you to a calendar. It's similar to a lot of other calendars. You've got different views here, day, week, month. You've got users, calendars, groups, which we'll cover in a minute. You've got this right here that shows you the different annotations and what it looks like based on where it's pulling in information. You've got this appointment tab and your calendar settings as well. But every single user will need to set up their own calendar configuration. So you'll need to log in as one of your users or have them individually do this if you want to do it for them or have them individually do this. But here's the process. You want to go to settings, my profile, and then you'll have a calendar settings area. And if you're using a third-party calendar, you have the ability to sync up those calendars depending on what you're using. So Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, or a live.com or Hotmail calendar. You can even use the iCloud calendar. If you click this, it just has a login and password. This will bring up a pop-up to log into Microsoft. And then this one right here is actually going to take you to the integrations page of the CRM. If you currently don't have a calendar or you've been trying calendars, not sure which one you like and which one you want to use, I strongly recommend use Google Calendar. I can make a whole video on why I think it's the best, but if you do click here, it's going to take you to this integrations page, which is under the settings integrations, and you'll just say sign in with Google here, and you can connect a lot of different Google accounts, but that's what it'll be for the user. So you would click here. I'm going to sign into another Google that I have. Press continue. You'll press allow. This is saying it's going to be allowed to see and edit your calendar. And now if you come back to your profile, you'll see that you've got this Google Calendar connected. And now this user is going to want to set up the main calendar that they use. So for an estimator, this would be their calendar that we put the estimates into. So I've got this account and I've got Shane's estimates, another calendar, and then like personal stuff. There could be a bunch here, little. This is obviously just an example. I don't use this calendar, but want to show you what it would be like setting it up. So for my estimate calendar, that's the main one I want to add. So I'm just going to press add. I want to use the Google third-party calendar, and then this drop-down will show those calendars. So I'm going to pick the estimate calendar as my main one. Now you can add other calendars on here. So I can add this other and personal that's going to check for conflicts, which will make a little bit more sense when we get into the availability here soon. But essentially, if this is my personal calendar and I put that I want to go to the gym on Tuesday at 3, it's going to be checking that calendar and it'll see, oh, Shane is not available Tuesday at 3 because that calendar says he's going to the gym. So by default, it's obviously going to be checking my main calendar, but I'm going to go ahead and press edit, and I'm going to add those other two calendars for the sake of this example. So I'm going to press save, and now it's going to be checking these calendars and putting my estimates into this calendar. All right, and now that that user has set up their calendar, if you actually go to the calendars and you're on this users tab and you turn that user on, you'll see anything that's in their Google Calendar that you linked, meaning any of the calendars that you said check for conflict in that main calendar. So this calendar is blank. Let's put some stuff in and see how it looks. All right, so I just entered an event on all three of these calendars. And if we go into here now, you'll notice when I have her clicked on, the third date has a little dot there, meaning that there's events on that day. And you can see that that is now in the calendar. And if we click this annotation, it'll show us that this gray filled in box means that it was a third-party calendar and it was marked as busy. So what that means is in Google Calendar, you can actually mark your events as busy or free. So right here where it says busy, I could change this to free. Press save, and now it should change instead of the gray box to an outline box that's not gray, which is a third-party calendar marked as free. It'll also be unconfirmed appointments and invalid appointments that'll be set through the CRM. So let's go ahead and refresh this so that it pulls in the new information and updates it. So now we can see the event looks different because I changed it to free in my Google Calendar.